Welcome to Craft It Sweetly. This is Diana, and in this video I will show you how to make abstract paintings using Yupo paper. Something like this. You may have seen the various designs with lots of different holes in it. So I will show you two different techniques. First of all, you need Yupo paper, and the Yupo paper is actually like 100% synthetic, almost a plastic, so we can melt it. I'll be using a wood burning tool to create the design. I've cut out some different pieces of Yupo paper, and then I'm using the wood burning tool with a round tip. It does have various tips available, and you can create different designs using different tips. But I'm planning on using just the round tip for this design. So what we need to do is, if we're starting off with a blank Yupo paper, so this is not colored at all. I will show you one design that does have the alcohol ink on it. But first one, we're starting with just plain Yupo paper. And we're just taking the wood burning tool, and if you touch it to the Yupo paper, it melts it. So you'll create small holes as you touch initially. The longer you hold it in one spot, the bigger the hole becomes. Or you can just create even circles around on the paper, and then it will cut out that section of the Yupo paper. So continue designing this, putting different shapes in there, round, larger circles, small, graduated circles, whatever you want to do. With this design, I will be using one rectangular piece of paper, and then the other rectangular piece of paper I have cut into triangles. So I will be stacking these eventually. But cut out as many circles as you want on the paper. It's best to work on a cardboard so that when you touch the Yupo paper with the wood burning tool, you're not melting the surface you're working on, and any pieces you may be cutting out will actually stick to the cardboard. So once you're happy with the number of holes you've put in the Yupo paper, you need to do the same thing with the other two triangles. Once you have your pieces all designed out, we will be coloring. So I'm using alcohol ink. It's Ranger alcohol inks, two different shades of green, and then one that has pearl in it to give the design. So you can start putting drops of the alcohol ink just in various places all over the Yupo paper. And I am working on a glass mat so that I can clean the surface once I'm done. I'm combining this with a different shade of green, and then I will use a brush to spread the alcohol ink into various sections. You'll notice that because the holes have a slightly raised edge, the alcohol ink does not flow through the hole underneath. It stays on top of the paper because the little edge doesn't allow it to flow through the hole. So with the brush, I'm just going to spread this ink to cover all the surface area. Once you've colored everything, I will be using the alcohol ink with the pearl in it. And I do have links below for all the various supplies that I'm using for this project. As you notice, when I drop this alcohol ink color, different color, onto the Yupo paper, it makes the previous color spread. So it just kind of makes it run in a different direction. So it creates nice cells on the Yupo paper. Once you're happy with it, repeat the same process with the other pieces that you have. So we'll be doing the same thing to these triangles with the alcohol inks with the same shades and then with the same pearl. As mentioned, this process is with starting the Yupo paper as blank and then doing the wood burning design in it and then coloring it. We can also color the Yupo paper first and then put the holes in it. You achieve a different effect with that. If you notice, this is where the Yupo paper was first colored and then the holes put in, so it has a white edge around the hole, but I will show you this later in this video. Once you have all your pieces colored and they're dry, we need to attach them, and I'm using foam squares to give them some dimension. So find areas on the back of the Yupo paper that have larger area so that you can attach the foam squares. I don't want to attach it directly on top. I just want to give it a little more, in addition to the dimension, also some different abstract look to it. So play around with the pieces and see what looks best. Once you have the piece put together and layered with the foam squares, we need to attach this to a backing, and I'm using a mat that has its white on one side and black on the other side, something that you would use for a photo, to attach a photo. So this would be a nice thing to hang up on a wall. So you can check and see based on your colors which one looks better, whether it's the white or the black, if you have a choice. So I'm attaching this. I attached it with some art glitter glue, put some to the back and then attach it to the mat. So there you have it with the Yupo paper white. Now if we want to have the Yupo paper colored first, you use the alcohol inks to color the Yupo paper. And this has some pearl effect as well. And I've cut out the pieces similar to the first project. So I have the cells kind of formed, and you can follow some of those lines as you burn out the pieces. If you notice this, the edge on each one is white because the Yupo paper was colored first and then we did the melting. So you have all of those holes that you've burned with white outlines. And again, we're going to arrange the same way the piece and create an abstract design. Once you're happy with the layout, I'm going to attach this design also to a black mat. I think it will look nice next to each other on a wall, so I'm using the same matte color to display the piece. And I am gluing this to the mat with some art glitter glue again. You will need to press a little bit to make sure that the piece attaches before you stand it upright. So using Yupo paper, some alcohol ink, and a wood burning tool, you can create some really interesting abstract pieces. They don't all have to be the same color. You can layer different colors. Really, your imagination and creativity is the limit. So if you come up with some cool designs, please feel free to share them on our Crafted Sweetly Facebook page or join our group. If you have any questions, please comment below. And I hope you enjoyed this video using Yupo paper and creating some abstract paintings. Please don't forget to subscribe and share this video. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.